You must have seen the trending podcast of Nikhil Kamath and Elon Musk recently, presented by WTF Fund. While the podcast was blowing up, I have my own WTF moment to share. Back in June or July, I was selected as top 7% founders in India by WTF Fund, and probably the only solo founder who got selected. And that moment actually felt very unreal because I was going through a lot of things and I was in the middle of chaos and questioning everything which I was doing at that point. So that was kind of a big validation to move ahead with the things that I was doing. For those who don't know about what is WTF Fund, it is basically an initiative by Nikhil Kamath, presented by WTF, to back the founders and the startups who want to build bold and scalable ideas. It is mainly for people under the age of 25 and mainly focus on pre-seed or seed stage startups. Getting selected as a solo founder was even bigger deal for me because these initiatives don't generally take solo founders, and they at least want a co-founder. To be very honest, here I will say I am a bit of a I really like to work alone. Whenever it comes to my work, I only want to like to work alone, which is a very bad thing. Even when it comes to content creation, I think I work on everything all by myself till now. And even when it comes to like building something, I actually like to work alone. And the main thing is that I can sit for very long hours, and I just don't want anyone to talk about anything, and so that I can just work on anything that I want to do. So this is probably a very big hurdle for me, and due to which I actually wasn't able to work with anyone for more than 15 or 20 days. And I definitely have to work on this thing a lot, even for content creation, like from editing, scripting, writing, everything which is involved. I have to like work on it alone. But then like as I'm moving forward, I think it is becoming very impossible to actually work with like to actually work alone now. And if I really have to scale on a larger scale, I can't really just focus on myself. Like I have to build some teams and something. Coming to the point, these incubators or the investors focus mainly on the founder in the pre-seed stage. They want to see your clarity, your conviction, and what is your vision for the future, and what exactly do you want to do. And it's not really about the ideas that you're working on. They actually bet on you and not your ideas, because your ideas can pivot at any time, and that too they can change completely. But then while providing funds and all, they mainly focus on seeing the values of the founder and what exactly the founder is up to, and they actually bet on the future of the founder, and why they should have the why they should have the trust. So you need to build that trust, that why they should bet on you, and why you are the only person who can achieve what they really want in future. So like I had a very good experience while giving the interviews. One of the founders from somewhere else like also told me that they can sense the intensity with which I made the pitch deck. And honestly, like at the time, I wasn't going through a good phase of my life, and I started working on the idea in the middle of that phase. And honestly, I have no idea like how I actually did all the things that I did. Like the market research, like I conducted the market research, and then like the beta testing, and something more that I will share in later videos. But then yeah, so like everything should tell your energy, and the proof of concepts helps more, even than the market size or something like that. So like just telling them about the buzzwords or what is trending and what can be done, this will not work. Mainly the things that work is like what you did till now and what exactly have you executed till now, even if it is very less. Just like you did market research on 200 people, that's also something productive, and like counts as traction, instead of showing them the tam sam and som. So that's one more thing that I learned in while applying to many of these programs. Right now I'm not actively working on it as my full time. I'm also looking for some other things. I'm also building my distribution first, my personal brand first, and I'm silently working on the idea. And I don't have any hurry to make it good in 1 or 2 years or something like that. But then, yeah, 2 years is the timeline, or even 1 year. But then I'm not rushing anything, because I think I was actually doing it in a lot of stress before, somehow, that I really want to implement it by the end of this year. But then that's not the case now. And yes, I have a person with whom I'm working on the idea, but then I'm building it in stealth mode. And yeah, I haven't published it about it that much. Yeah, so that's one more thing. And talking about the pitch deck, yeah, first talking about the students here. So I think so yeah, especially this program is for people under age of 25. So I think final year or third year students who are interested in startups should definitely try it out. Like there is nothing like college students can't apply. Yeah, definitely college students are very less in number, but then I don't think that is the case anymore in 2025. So I think you should definitely try for like finding these type of programs and apply for it. Even if you have a very basic problem solved, that is also fine. Because even a simple problem can scale at a very huge level. Yeah, so that was one thing. And back in when I applied in all these programs and I was doing all these things, I was very much confident that I don't really want to like sit for campus placements, and I don't want to join corporate. But then I think still I was very much what should I say? Like I was very much questioning everything that I was doing. And like nothing was going fine at the time. I think yeah. So, but then I think with time things get better, and even only if you don't lose hope on the things that you are doing. So yeah, that is one more thing. And talking about my pitch deck, it was more or like I was going through a bad phase. And just to just to get out of that feeling, I started working on anything. Like I started working on this idea randomly. And then the thing is, like I took inspiration from 11 Labs pitch deck. I searched about a lot of pitch decks on mainly on the like YC websites. And there are, if you just search about pitch decks of whatever company you love, so I think you will get the pitch decks. And yeah, I think I analyzed a lot during that time. And then I had my first version of the product in April, I think April 2025. Talking about the pitch deck, so one of the investors, like they appreciated my pitch deck a lot. Like I have mentioned it, I have mentioned a lot of things in with a lot of clarity, I will say, and also in the visual format more than the text format. And yes, I iterated it a lot of times, and I learned a lot that how exactly do we need to convey the message that we want to do. Then we have this one more important slide, which is known as why me. Why only me? Like, why only I am the person who will implement this, and why now is the time that you want to implement. So I think this plays a very important role in the pitch deck when it comes to pre-seed funding, when you don't have much traction. Yeah, this was one more thing. And then talking about the when you know about the competitive people competitive companies that you have, like what competitive advantage that you have with you. So that is one more thing that I showed them on the graph instead of just telling the name of the companies. So yeah, few things like that actually helps. And then talking about the market size, I think it is still not very important. And when I actually connected with a lot of other investors while I was applying to a lot of programs, mainly on Twitter and LinkedIn. And on Twitter, like they told me, it's not really worth it to mention the TAM, SAM, and SOM that we generally do. And it's better to have the bottom up approach when it comes to writing the market size and how you will attack the market for initially first. And then you will cover it up. Or this is the yeah, this is the bottom up approach. And then when it comes to top down, it's more or like you are telling about the TAM, that is TAM, and then SAM, and etc. So that was also like one thing which was there. But then again, like I think the idea matters more. And I didn't have good revenue generation streams. And yeah, so I'm working on it. I am working on it very slowly, I will say I am focusing on other things right now, and I'm also focusing on gaining some similar experience as well. So yeah. Hmm. This is it, and mainly for me it was more about I just wanted to channelize my negative energy to do something else, and this happened. So this year was mainly about channeling the this year was mainly about channeling the negative energy, I think. So yeah, I mean, sometimes it just works, things just work in a very different way, and yeah, that's fine, I think. Yeah, drop a comment if you are also building a startup or working as a indie hacker or a solo founder or something, anything. And also follow me on Instagram. I will be sharing about more insights, and if you want to look at my pitch deck, you can contact me on Instagram. I will be posting some videos about it, and yeah, surely I can share it. So this is it for the video. I think I wasn't very active on YouTube since a long time. I think it's been 1 year, to be very honest, and I'm not able to post consistently due to a lot of reasons. But then I think now I am finally back. Like, I know I posted a video in August, and I was saying something similar, but then fine. Again, I am trying from the start, and I hope this time I will like be consistent more, and I really have to work on a lot of things. So yeah, it's going. Yeah. Thanks for watching.